And welcome back. We're playing Panzer Corps 2, the old history path. We're on the Conquest of America map. And, this area is not going well. Southern landing went terribly fast. Yeah, let's get the Tiger 2 out of that city. My understanding is that should have made you route. I'm not going to take that if that's the case. Okay. Yeah, just use 2 of my undos up. Yeah, so that should have routed you, probably because we need some suppression, so just hit it with the artillery first. Here, now that should route you. Here we go. There we go. Got that batch of guys dealt with. Tempting to cross the river here, but it's a river. Suppose we could move you there. Is that still considered a river up there? It is. Okay, let's try to pull our other AA up to defend the northern approach. We'll use south. We're definitely going to want anti-tank down here. Well, at least something to kill the tanks. It's either going to be anti-tank or actual tanks. I can zip you all the way around down there, okay. Then you can come up back around the bottom. Doesn't sound like too terrible of a plan. Don't mind them being out of on truck. We can drive you down there. And yeah, that should be enough to get these guys properly encircled. Okay. Well, there's a mobile experience. I suppose the fighter arm can actually do some anti-sub damage, so we'll try to get rid of the sub, see if we can protect the picture ships. Okay, so if we de-entrench you, we should be able to get you to surrender. I just remembered that was a bad move. Should have suppressed it some more. Or I should have used someone far better at the task. If we were gonna just delete it. Okay, and carpet bombers can come in. We did get rid of the AA for the moment, so it should just be a carpet bomber paradise. Allied turn. Okay, that means what's left to Washington, D.C. is now a carpet bomber paradise, because they've told the AA to swap to AT mode. Ah, lost one of our bombers. If that wasn't one of the newer pioneers, I'd be a little more grumpy about that. Oh, we were definitely too close for that guy to be driving by truck. Okay, so you could do an attack there, but now we just need to shell the king to come back. It's pressed enough. Oh, and we're out of prestige. That's not good. Okay, capture that guy. Okay, now we can roll you around to there. We push you to there, then get you encircled. Yay, carpet bomb. Oh, you're considered a fighter. Okay, so I need to get the fighters to bring you down first. And not the G. Like the G, go off to the side. Guess this may literally take everyone taking shots. Where's the experienced one? You're the experienced one. You start. Surplus one. One surplus to requirements. Okay. So you come up, carpet bomb. You come up, carpet bomb. You come up, carpet bomb. That might do it. It did do it. Yay. You're not surrendering this turn. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think we caught most of the guys around Ottawa. We're working on Washington, D.C. If we break out of here, it's just tanks. Things aren't that bad. Maybe don't have quite the right mix to deal with tanks. That would be a different problem. Oh, and the American Air Force, apparently. Takes 4 to 5 planes to reliably take down one American plane. Late war German aircraft comment. We just lost a unit surrendering to the Americans. Skilled support, 10% accuracy when providing support. Nice. Okay, G, go attack this up again. ground attack plane, I believe, not a fighter. Although apparently we're out of range. Okay. So I'll have to rebase the closer airfield if we want you to be useful. One of the closer airfields. Let's go to that one. Or, well, move Graf Zeppelin, because it's on the Graf Zeppelin, right? But okay, I think that is the turn. We got 8 of the 12 capture victory hexes. We got Atlanta and Charlotte down in the south. And then we have, what is it, Detroit and Toronto in the north. So apparently the Canadian resistance has collapsed at this point. Alright, so we just lost... Oh, well, never mind. I was about to say we just lost a whole of our infantry, but nope. It holds on. It's almost dead at this point. Which is a little bit of a problem because we're running real low on the prestige for reinforcements. We have managed... I think at this point we basically managed to save the tanks down south. Okay, so now we just got the garrison of Toronto itself between us and Toronto. Yeah, I was expecting him to be a... Granted, I was expecting A to be on the airfield, not a different hex. But now we know. G... Actually, I should do... Actually, no, the G still makes sense to come out and strike the S-class sub there. And then we want to rebase U. Probably there. Okay, if we weren't low on prestige... Well, even though I'm low on prestige, I suppose I could grab guys out of the reserve. Do we have any guys we want from the reserve? Given the circumstances. Those anti-tanks wouldn't be too bad down here. We're not gonna get their prestige back otherwise. Let's grab these guys out of the reserve. And I suppose one way to deal with Detroit is to full Shoemaker up, fly in from the top. Fly in the bottom. Okay, let's give the Allies the next turn. Yeah, I'm not surprised that we're losing that Stug. Although, we might not. RNG is favoring its survival for the moment. And to be fair, that's half the Stug too, so it's not the end of the world if we lose half. Yeah. Get you in, get you carpet bombing. Okay, you keep moving. If you could keep moving, you've moved as much as you can for the turn. Mhm. Okay, so we've encircled the forward allied armor there. It's going to take a little bit more work to get them to surrender, but encircled they doth be. We've already done the stuff with the Conquer bomber, so we launch you to plane. We tell that plane to begin flying because we want it to land or drop you south in Detroit. Because as soon as we're done clearing out Toronto, we want you to land down there. Yeah, another turn two, we might deal with the Allied sub, and then the remaining ships will be safe to just harass American forces on the coast. I've got one more fighter I can bring in to do some strafing. Or, actually no, come in to shoot up you. And we got enough prestige, we can get reinforcement on you, so you'll be a little bit more combat capable coming turn. And the turn. So that's one way to keep me from getting prestige from capturing them, is suicidal attacks, yeah. Whoops. No, 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 no. Take our undo on that. Here we go. Totally set this up to be the correct way to do this. Let's not rush. Or let's at least make use of the opportunity to reset it. I'm going to completely flub the execution. You have enough range to actually get down here? You do. Well, some of them do. Okay, so he should be mostly harmless on the next turn. Should be able to get him to surrender pretty easily. Mostly harmless. Now they should literally be harmless in the next turn. Because I should hit maximum suppression. Let's cycle the turn. Charlotte's surrounded. The rest of the spare units in the south, we might try to run down into Florida to pick up the prestige from grabbing that as well. While we have the slow grinding advance into Detroit. Okay, well, scoot you. Gerber mostly gonna do 3 damage. There we go. Scoot, grab. Let's run you around to the bottom. Okay, so we see there's no... I don't think it's a good idea to sit right in front of the AT gun. Whether that would work, because of how the game rules work. See, now we're getting something that's a bit more plausible. Are any of the fighter planes in range to come finish you off? Yes. Thank you. I don't think any of the carpet bomber, although we did move one of the carpet bombers, right? So one of them's going to be in range. I was hoping he'd actually retreat onto the river so we could get rid of him, but nope, he's going to survive one more turn. Could it kill confirm? Possibly. Did it kill confirm? No. What do we got back there? A couple tanks? Okay. I think there's going to be some respawning tanks here that we're going to have to fight through, which is not the funnest. Maybe everything else is vaguely going to plan. You can move. You can even move and deploy there. Okay. Yeah, the parachuting hasn't gone super well. Okay, suppress you. Move you like so. Move you like so. Scoot you up. I suppose I got the entire remainder of the fleet here that we can do some shore bombardment with. Really, hull can't. 4 units of infantry, okay. Can you get rid of that sub, please? Thank you. We've got this narrow fronted attack. Hopefully this guy doesn't get too wrecked and we can at least get rid of one of the units on the next turn. Yeah, I should probably move the fighters and, yeah, all the fighters up. I think we finally chopped through the entire American Air Force at this point, but... yeah, and I suppose if we do take Atlanta, some of these forces could come up to hit Detroit from the bottom. We might have to do that in the end. American turn. They tried to use their artillery, and it promptly got incredibly suppressed. Same with that one. Did not quite finish the job. Okay, you sneak back off to the back. You roll up. Get that one. You get that one. You run up. Get rid of that one. It allows you to roll through like that, so you can get that one. And then could be circled like so. No, I think it's best you not be in your truck. Actually, there would work. There we go. We need these guys to be unentrenched, so your 3 entrenchments way too many. 1, I think, is low enough. Ah, you're not close enough to attack. Can we rebase closer? Yes. Same thing, we do need to de-entrench you. Well, that's going to take a while. Oh, actually, that's not going to take a lot, because those two will just open fire and that'll do it. Oh, and I'm gonna have to actually get them to surrender the hard way, because otherwise they're on a supply point. We can't just wait for them. And apparently, yeah, they're not going down this turn. Bit of a shame. I guess we just need to dig them out. Take our sweet time so we can get some prestige off of it, hopefully. Anyway, I'll have to shoot you up with the war fleet again. See if these guys come up. They might destroy the AT. If they do that, that's fine. Okay. I suppose those Fallschirmjäger have done one service, and that is distract these tanks so we don't have to fight through them to get to Detroit. I'm not going to be able to get these guys to surrender. At least not cost-effectively. Oh, I was expecting that to actually get you to surrender. Oh, I forgot about entrenchment. That's how we screwed up. Now we're not entrenched. Let's weaken ourselves so we don't do too much damage. There we go. Again, I could have held out to take the Thurman here. But I don't think it was worth it. So we got 10,000 prestige for the next one. So that was Conquest of America, which isn't actually the complete Conquest of America, it's the East Coast, basically. Don't remember if there's one or two more scenarios. We will do whatever is left in the next stream. So if you're watching on Twitch, we're going to get the intro here, we're going to see what new units we get, and then we're going to bring it to a close.
East Coast has revealed many American secrets, Herr General. My congratulations again, but this war is clearly not over yet. The American will to resist is as defiant as it was upon your first landing, as they set up a new line behind the Mississippi River. Unless your recon can find a weak point, expect serious challenges to any attempted crossing.
Chicago, Nashville, Birmingham, St. Louis. Yeah, okay, so there's two more left. So it's this one and the next one.
Are your primary targets. The Americans have shown that losing their federal capital hasn't slowed them down, so you will need to take the country apart state by state. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another meeting with the Abwehr. There are more American secrets they've decoded, and apparently one thing in particular requires special attention. Something about New York or Manhattan. Either way, good luck on your mission.
Okay, so that's the briefing, which is basically attacking across the Mississippi is going to be hard. But double support provides twice the support fire for each enemy attack. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be the Mississippi, across the Mississippi. So we've got to take everything on the Mississippi. So St. Louis, New Orleans, everything east of it. So Birmingham, Nashville, Chicago, and then 7 capitals west of it. So Omaha, Kansas City, Wichita, Oklahoma, Dallas, Austin, and Houston. And yes, I know multiple of those are actually just cities in Texas, because Texas is massive. Yeah, we had a hard fighting for Detroit, we had a hard fighting... So that was Atlanta. Charlotte was a little bit farther to the east, right? So yeah. Next time we'll be picking up here, but first let's see what potential new goodies we have for next time. So no new infantry, which was expected. No new tanks. We might get new tanks for the next one. The next one's, of course, the last one. No new armored cars. We did get Yag Tiga, which is a bigger anti-tank, or specialist anti-tank. The thing that tends to put me off the anti-tank is the complete non-existence of the soft attack. Like, this is a tank IRL. This was a particular threat to the infantry. We got new anti-airs. We got the Ostwind and the Whirlwind. So one single big gun. Or the Whirlwind, which multi-barrel, rapid fire. And we got artillery with the Sturmtiger. So we got a big, heavy, I want to put a hole in your fortification gun. Trenchment Killer 4, Bunker Buster. No new planes, although we still have our... Oh no, we do have a new plane. The old prototype got moved up into its normal production, so we can run jet fighters at this point. And we do have the Dornier Du 335A Pifel. Which I think is just a different jet fighter. So I think this is a single engine jet, where this is a double engine jet. We've got the new. This again is a anti-tank tactical plane, and we got a jet fighter tactical plane. That would actually be turbojet. My understanding of plane specifics is not the best. At least this war in the late war. Yeah, we'd probably run the new Heinschel, not the prototype. The prototype... Oh, well, the prototype's going for it is cheap. No new strategic bombers, although we still have the prototype... big, long-range bomber. I think this is considered a prototype because IRL probably wouldn't actually have this. Because I don't think the Germans ever managed to make any of these. They planned to make them, but you know... Things did not, in real history, did not go that well for them. But yeah, so that's all the new toys we could potentially play with next time. Although a lot of it's got to go into fixing my forces for the westward push. We do probably want to try to cross the river in two places, probably around St. Lorraines. Might just be a push through St. Lorraines, or not Orleans, St. Louis, and New Orleans, yes. So we probably want to push through here, obviously destroy what's east of the river first, and then push across those two places. And then, once we're through New Orleans, Texas shouldn't be too bad. The hardest thing about Texas is there's going to be lots of American tanks. And it's flat and open, which is good for their tanks and our tanks. Omaha, Kansas City, and St. Louis. South of St. Louis is very hilly, although we probably won't really take advantage of that. Unless we bring up some crossing capacity so we can push the mounted troops into the hills south of St. Louis. We'll make that decision next time. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll be doing Across the Mississippi tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, at this point I know there are two scenarios left. There's a crossing the Mississippi, and then there's the West Coast. And then the campaign will be over. Next time we will do both scenarios, and we will finish the game off. That probably will take 3 to 6 parts. So if you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to be getting a little bit farther ahead for you on Twitch. But the next stream will be the last stream. So if you're listening to this on Twitch, this main campaign run should be done by the time you're watching this. And so if you don't want to wait until the next part, you can sneak over to Twitch and probably watch what's left. If you're watching on Twitch, let me bring up the channel schedule so I can remind you what's coming up over the next couple days. So today was Panzer Corps 2. Tomorrow will be Shadow Empire. Fontas some aliens. Reddit has told me something that may make it much easier for us to finish the game up. We shall see. Or at least get moving. So we're not in a constantly struggle war with the water being shipped by sea. So Shadow Empire on Sunday. Whiskerwood will be on Monday. We'll be in year 4 of that. Tuesday will be Terra Invicta. I gotta figure out how to deal with that kinetic fleet. Oh, holy kinetics, Batman. So that's Tuesday, and then we'll be back to this on Wednesday, and we'll be finishing this next Wednesday. So if you're watching this on Twitch, and you got suggestions on what you'd like to see replace this, now's a good time to leave this. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube... Well, actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you make your suggestion now, obviously don't wait till the end of the run. It may be heard in time, and I might be able to make make a decision based off of that, let's say. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can maybe wait until the next stream of this, which would be Wednesday. But if you're watching this on YouTube, this will probably go live on Saturday. And the thing that will replace this will be probably next Sunday. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're watching this on YouTube and you have a thing you want to suggest as a replacement, feel free to let me know. Or if you want to see more of this, feel free to let me know. There is the DLC campaigns. I don't have the whole DLC campaign. I have Spain through 42, I believe. But yeah, that's a long campaign. So if you want to see that, let me know. With that, I'm going to head and wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.